the 1975 One Shilling coin of the Republic of Kenya. History, design, and significance. The 1975 One Shilling coin of the Republic of Kenya is an important piece of East African numismatic history. Although it was produced as an everyday circulation coin, it represents the political independence, economic development, and national identity of Kenya during the first decades after independence. Today, collectors around the world appreciate the coin not only for its historical value, but also for the story it tells about Kenya's journey as a young nation. Introduction. Coins are more than simple objects used for buying and selling goods. They are miniature historical documents that preserve the identity, culture, politics, and economy of a nation. Every inscription, portrait, symbol, and date found on a coin reflects the period in which it was produced. The 1975 Kenyan One Shilling coin belongs to the early years of independent Kenya. It was issued just over a decade after Kenya gained independence from British colonial rule in 1963. During this period, the government sought to establish national unity, encourage economic growth, and create symbols that reflected Kenya's sovereignty. The One Shilling coin became one of the most familiar coins in everyday Kenyan life. Millions of people used it for transportation, food purchases, market trading, school expenses, and countless daily transactions. Although it had modest purchasing power, it was an essential part of the country's economy. Today, the coin has become a collectible item, especially among enthusiasts interested in African currencies. Historical background. Before independence, Kenya was part of the British colonial system. The currency used during colonial times was issued by the East African Currency Board. These coins featured portraits of British monarchs, including King George VI and Queen Elizabeth II. Kenya officially gained independence on December 12, 1963. 1 year later, in 1964, the country became a republic under the leadership of Jomo Kenyatta, who became the nation's first president. Following independence, Kenya established its own central banking system and introduced a national currency known as the Kenyan shilling. This marked an important step in building an independent economy. The Central Bank of Kenya became responsible for issuing the country's banknotes and coins. New coin designs replaced the colonial imagery with national symbols and portraits of Kenyan leaders. The One Shilling coin became a key denomination in this new monetary system. Kenya in 1975. The year 1975 was a period of continued development for Kenya. Agriculture remained the backbone of the economy. Coffee, tea, sisal, and livestock were major exports. Tourism was growing rapidly because of Kenya's famous wildlife parks and beautiful coastline. Cities such as Nairobi and Mombasa expanded as industries developed and rural populations migrated to urban areas. President Jomo Kenyatta remained the country's leader and was widely regarded as the symbol of Kenyan independence. His portrait appeared on circulating coins as a representation of national unity. The Kenyan shilling. The Kenyan shilling replaced the East African shilling after independence. The currency was divided into 100 cents equals 1 shilling, 5 shillings, 10 shillings, higher denominations in banknotes. The 1 shilling coin occupied an important place in everyday commerce because it was used frequently in ordinary transactions. The 1975 1 shilling coin. The 1975 issue belongs to the early series of Kenyan decimal coinage. Typical specifications include: country, Republic of Kenya. Year, 1975. Denomination, 1 shilling. Currency, Kenyan shilling. Shape, round. Edge, reeded. Metal, copper-nickel. Condition, circulation coin. These specifications may vary slightly depending on the mint and production batch. Obverse design. The obverse features a portrait of President Jomo Kenyatta. Around the portrait appears Republic of Kenya. The date 1975 appears below. The portrait symbolizes leadership, independence, and the establishment of the Republic of Kenya. Reverse design. The reverse displays 1 shilling. The denomination is surrounded by decorative national design elements, giving the coin a balanced and attractive appearance. The design is simple yet elegant, allowing the denomination to be easily recognized. Jomo Kenyatta. Jomo Kenyatta played a central role in Kenya's struggle for self-government. He became Prime Minister in 1963 and President in 1964 after Kenya became a republic. His government promoted national unity, agricultural development, education, infrastructure, international diplomacy. His portrait remained on Kenyan coins for many years following independence. Symbolism. Every feature of the coin carries symbolic meaning. The portrait represents independence. The country's name emphasizes national sovereignty. The denomination reflects the decimal monetary system adopted after independence. The round shape symbolizes continuity and stability. Minting process. The production of the 1 shilling coin involved several stages: mining and refining metal, rolling metal sheets, punching blank discs, annealing to soften the metal, cleaning and polishing, striking designs using hardened dies, inspection for quality, distribution through banks. Millions of coins were produced to meet the country's economic needs. Everyday use. During the 1970s, 1 shilling could purchase various everyday goods depending on local prices. People used the coin for public transportation, market purchases, bread, tea, school expenses, newspapers, postal services. Millions of coins were produced to meet the country's economic needs. Everyday use. During the 1970s, 1 shilling could purchase various everyday goods depending on local prices. People used the coin for public transportation, market purchases, bread, tea, school expenses, newspapers, postal services. It circulated widely across Kenya. Economic importance. The 1 shilling coin helped facilitate trade by providing a convenient medium for small transactions. Small denominations were essential in rural markets, urban businesses, public transportation, retail trade. Reliable coinage encouraged commercial activity and public confidence in the national currency. Collecting the coin. Collectors value the 1975 1 shilling for several reasons. Historical importance. Early post-independence issue. Portrait of Jomo Kenyatta. Affordable price. Popular African collectible. Many beginning collectors choose this coin because it is relatively accessible. Coin grades. Collectors evaluate coins according to condition. Common grades include poor, fair, good, very good, fine, very fine, extremely fine. About uncirculated. Uncirculated. Higher grade examples usually command greater value. Factors affecting value. The market value depends on preservation, original surfaces, luster, scratches, wear, rarity in high grades, collector demand. Most circulated examples remain modestly priced, while pristine uncirculated specimens may be more desirable. Preservation. Collectors recommend holding coins by their edges, storing them in acid-free holders or capsules, keeping them in a dry environment, avoiding abrasive cleaning, which can reduce collector value. Proper storage helps preserve both appearance and long-term value. Place in African numismatics. The 1975 1 shilling forms part of the broader story of African nations establishing their own currencies after independence. Similar developments occurred across the continent as newly independent states replaced colonial coinage with designs celebrating national leaders, wildlife, and cultural identity. Legacy. Although inflation and changes in currency have reduced the purchasing power of 1 shilling over time, the 1975 coin remains a tangible reminder of Kenya's early years as an independent republic. It reflects the optimism and nation-building efforts of the era, and continues to interest historians and collectors alike. For collectors, the coin is more than a denomination of money. It is a small artifact that captures a significant chapter in Kenya's history. Through its portrait, inscriptions, and everyday use, the 1975 1 shilling coin preserves the story of a nation forging its own identity after independence, making it an enduring and meaningful piece of African numismatic heritage.